What is up, my nerds? Welcome to Table Ready. My name is Noah, and this is the Critical Review, where I critically review every episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role. Now, all of my ratings and reviews should be taken with the same amount of seriousness as an owl bear in a Christmas sweater. Oh yeah, here's looking to December. First off, let's wrap up this giveaway. For those of you who don't know, I was giving away some Critical Role stickers to some great nerds like you who could guess my first class and race in Dungeons & Dragons. The first couple who guessed it right would get stickers. So these are the winners, and the race and class was Half-Elf Ranger. I know, it's the most cliche class race combo, but I did it and I loved it, and Forest can still be seen in some of my campaigns that I run today. And moving on to the review, the party leaves Estros' estate to go into the city to find accommodations for travel out of Dressar when they are approached by the Green Seekers, the two guards who were trying to capture and arrest Cyrus the previous night at the ball. The smaller one alludes to the two groups being together as being suspicious and politely invites the party to an investigation circle. They agree. Now, to clear their name, the Hellions offer up information on the Shade Creepers quest line, leading everyone down the Smolderspire Peak and into the Underrush Mines. With some troubled relationship leveraging, some relationship counseling, and just a touch of torture, the party is able to find out that this one mine has been closed up for a while. This mine was secretly being paid to be blocked off by the House Treshy. The party and the Green Seekers head on down this particular path and find an army of Shade Creepers, which they dispose of fairly quickly. Investigating further into the mines, Chet finds another large group of these Shade Creepers, as well as Lady Emeth, who looks to have evolved a little bit. They devise a plan to let Gus fireball the room while the rest of the party runs in to play cleanup with Lady Emeth. But when Chet runs through the room in order to create a diversion, something goes wrong. Lady Emeth isn't there. She's in the next room with this large, sluggish beast of a thing that came out of the horror stories of Dune. Slug creature that Emeth is calling Mother. We end the episode with the plan beginning, a fireball going off in the other room, and Chet still being alone. I only have one theory for this week, and it's that the party collectively does not understand keeping a low profile. I think that Matt actually has in the background things going on in the political scheme of this city that if the party doesn't keep their cool, they're gonna blow Lord Estros' cover, blow their cover, and put themselves in a political position that might not be advantageous to them in the city. Matt has gone through the process of creating a hierarchical system of different families and houses. I'm sure that he's thought of what happens if an adventuring party can't keep a low profile, which is every adventuring party. Where this becomes a problem is, as their benefactor, Estros only has a couple of stipulations, and they are not intentionally keeping any of them. For ratings, it's all Matt today. With the Green Seekers, Matt displayed complete characters, backstories, relationships, and had us all invested in a matter of 2 hours. 8 out of 10. It was great, but I couldn't help but feeling like Matt was playing with himself for a while there. Not to go unnoticed as well, this supplied the party with the firepower needed to get through all of these Shade Creepers without turning it into a slugfest. Matt's ruling on Eldritch Blast gets a 7 out of 10 for me. It's not exciting, but a lot of people get it wrong. Once you hit 5th level as a Warlock, Eldritch Blast can now target multiple creatures, so you can't twin cast it anymore. Good looking out. And the last thing that I want to say for Matt, I hope no one takes politically, because I don't mean it that way at all. Hear me again, this is not political. In this moment, Matt addresses the party, dipping into some atheistic conversations in character. and it was great.
I believe we all came out just like this. There was no such thing as evolution.
Oh no. Oh no. No. You did that.
I'm a creationist.
Well, of course you are, because you were created.
Yeah. Everything gets created by a creator.
But for the most part, that's not true. Anyway.
Look, if as a player you have certain beliefs or different perspectives or philosophies on things, that's fine. But your characters in the world live in a world with gods who happen to dictate a lot of the goings-on, whose hands are very involved, who pull and drag the strings of fate and even place souls. And if that's not a world that you want to play in, that's one thing. But if you find yourself in one, that's the existence. It's the kind of thing that bugs me in the same way as when people get all bothered by gender-bent role-playing. It's like, look, if I can play a literal cat person or a raven, why can't I play a female half-orc? We're all living in a fantasy world here, guys. If you can't allow the rules to go outside of your normal belief system in that world, just play in a different one, you know? And I think that Matt did a great job, and he always does when this kind of happens, of pulling everybody back in before it goes too far, because these conversations can get into the realm of saying disparaging things about people's deeply held beliefs, but I don't want to go into that. I just want to play in the world that I'm playing in. And to do that, we got to bring everybody back into the reality of that universe. And in this one, it's that there are gods that created all the things. And for all that being said, I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I think Matt checked it quickly, and the rest of the party, every time he does this, hops right on board and moves on, which I appreciate.
There's literally a pantheon of gods. Just like
They're active and vocal pantheon.
Hey, fair enough. That's fair.
Trimenides are like,
Sam probably started this whole thing off as a joke, but then realized pretty quickly, no, actually, my character would be a creationist. So would most people in this universe. FCG in particular, though. I mean, he is in fact created by something that would have also been created by a creator in this world. Oh yeah, and how could I forget Fresh Cut Grass? That marriage counseling roleplay as FCG being roleplayed by Sam, freaking perfect. You can tell that he's either watched a lot of those scenes or has probably read up on some counseling, and I loved every minute of it. 10 out of 10. I mean, all the way. That was perfect. So thank you for listening to my rant and my ratings and my reviews. If you want to get a 10 out of 10 too, make a mage hand out of that like button. Head on over, hit subscribe if you want to watch more cool D&D and Critical Role content. And yeah, I guess tune in for the next one. Oh yeah, and leave a comment because I like that. I like talking to you guys about this stuff. All right, thanks. Peace.